Contrary to popular opinion, women with healthy long hair do not walk around with wet hair, oily hair, and hair clogged full of product. The key to having healthy, weightless hair is to have no weight on it. And today I'm going to break that down and give you a visual representation from two different age groups and two different textures on how women with long, healthy hair keep it light, flowy, and weightless. So here is a model number one. I did her hair for years, right? And this is Kendra sitting in the chair, and her twin sister Raven is behind her. At this point, I'm retired, so this is a little space that I was working in my friend's room, and they came through to see your girl. But anywho, this is how she wore her hair most of the time. She shampooed her hair on a regular basis, blow dried it, and then put it in two fridge braids going straight to the back. She did not saturate her hair in oils before she braided it, and she did not saturate her ends with oil. If you look at her hair does not look oily or weighed down in any way, shape, or form. If she wanted to take these braids out and wear her hair like that, she would do that for the day, and then at the end of the day, she would take a brush and she would comb her hair, brush her hair, put it in that braid, and then put a hair tie at the end. And I said a hair tie that is not elastic, and go ahead and rewind it back. You can see that it's not on her very ends, but almost 2 inches above her ends. Pay attention to that. All right, it's really, really important that you guys understand that if you want to retain length, you don't wrap things around the ends. You leave the ends flowy and lightweight. All right. So in this video, around this time, her sister had cut her hair and cut quite a bit of her hair, and her husband was not having that. So instead, we decided to do a really, really deep blue color that you can barely see, like a midnight blue, but that's what we was doing. So as I am doing her hair right now, I always tell you guys about the 3 bonds that hold the hair together. Regardless of what anybody says, there is nothing more important than the bonds that hold your hair together. Forget about 4A, 4B, 4C. It means absolutely nothing. Normally, without chemicals, what I'm working with is the salt bond and the hydrogen bond. But today, we are working with all 3 bonds. What I am doing right now is working with the disulfide bond. And what I am doing is opening the cuticle, and then I am going within the cortex of her hair shaft, and I am removing just a little bit of melanin. Now, if I wanted this to be a extremely bright and a vibrant blue color, I would have to lift her hair to be almost like platinum blonde for it to be vibrant, but that's not what we were going for. As you can see, I lifted it to a pretty low level blonde because I just wanted to give me a hue in the sun, right? But this is the most that we've ever done chemically to her hair, and at this point I've been doing her hair for at least 5 years. And as you can see, you'll see it in a second, whenever her hair is completely wet, her curls bounce right back. It is a myth, it is a lie, and it is something that you have been made to believe so they can keep pumping you full of money, because for you to believe that you can't touch a comb or a brush and all these things, you put products in their spot, and that's how they kept your money. So look at how long her hair is, and look at the very small amount of Olaplex 6 that I use. I do not care how long your hair is. I do not care how thick you think your hair is. Olaplex is a molecule, and your hair is a fiber. So if you put too much Olaplex on your hair, it will weigh your hair down. It will make your hair feel like really, really like stuck together and stiff because it's a molecule. You never overload the hair. Again, I'm going to keep saying this in all of these flashback videos. I have hundreds of them, hundreds, thousands of them. And in all of these videos, I'm going to show you the same thing. Once again, just like in the the last video, I am holding her hair in the palm of my hand with one hand and detangling with the other. And in doing this, there is no hair coming out of her root. There is no breakage or anything. It is not combs or brushes that break off hair. It is people who do not know proper techniques on how to use combs and brushes that cause breakage. All right, so for us to start the blow drying process, I am first using tension on her roots, and then I am moving down the hair shaft. One question that I always get is if whether or not I could show you the difference on with a flat brush, a flat brush, or a paddle brush. It's the same thing. So imagine if this brush wasn't round, it was flat. The way that I use the tension, pulling it on the root and then hold the blow dryer there, same thing with the flat brush. The only difference, instead of rolling, twirling around with the brush, is just going to be a flat, like smooth direction going downward, always going in the direction of the cuticle, but it's the same. Instead of going round in a circular pattern, you're just going to go straight down in a straight line, the same way that the hair shaft is flowing, right? So it's really simplistic. I'll give you a small view of it in the next models clip, right? So again, this video is about 5 or 6 years old, so excuse the quality. If you want to see some newer, higher quality videos, check the link in the description box. But as I make these videos telling you what to do and what not to do, it's really good to give you examples, visual examples of what I'm talking about. I'm not just a person who's bored randomly making videos on YouTube. No, I have been doing this for a very long time, have more clients than I can count, and my clients were returning customers who had long, beautiful, thick hair. Every client that I had did not have unhealthy hair. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to show you people who just came in with unhealthy hair, their very first big chop, and then I'm going to show you my clients that were with me for years that had healthy hair, right? And none of them did wash and goes, or twist outs and anyway. So now you can kind of sort of see the hue in her hair. We did blue and kind of sort of like this grayish color, so it's going to give you like sometimes it'll give you like a purple hue, sometimes it's going to give you like a bluish silver hue, but let me know when you see it in the comments. But as you can see, I always say this: as you're watching the video, feel free to pause it at any point, and I need you to zoom in, take some screenshots of my round brush. If brushes and combs break off hair, then there's going to be breakage and hair in my brush, and as you can see, there is no hair in the brush. So how can you say that brushes and combs break off hair, but you just saw me, you're watching me with your own eyes, and you are watching me round brush her hair, and you are watching no breakage? So this is the thing. People can say things until they're blue in the face. They can make their theories and have their hypotheses. People can say whatever they want to say, but what do your eyes see in front of you right now? Do you see a woman who has a damaged hair? Do you see a woman who has heat damage? Do you see a woman whose hair is getting fried? No, you don't. You're seeing a woman who's been getting her hair done by the same woman for over 4.5 years, over 5 years. I don't know exactly how long it had been, but for a while, without damage at all, who gets a trim every 10 weeks. All right. These are things that I really want you to understand. Everybody can have long, thick, and beautiful hair. They're twins, but I also did their other two, I want to say two of their siblings' hair, and their mother and father are black. They are not mixed with anything. These are two black women that have healthy hair patterns that are able to retain length. It's just as simple as that, right? And again, her twin sister is there. If you want to see videos of them together, I have a couple of videos where I did their hair at the same time. I actually did Raven's hair this same day. So let me know if you want to see that video. Anyway, so now the second thing that is on her hair thus far, the only thing that is on this woman's hair, shampoo and conditioner. The conditioner was rinsed out with cold water, and then the leave-in conditioner, as well as her smoothing treatment because she just got color. So it was Olaplex and number 6, right? And when I say smoothing treatment, it's not something that's like going to be in her hair. When we wash her hair, it's coming right out, right? And it only lasts like as something that is going to control frizz and, go ahead and act as a finisher for our color. It only lasts for like 72 hours. So it's not a chemical or anything like that, right? So keep that in mind. But you can see like the shine that it gives her hair right after color. Olaplex is so important for you to use whenever you're doing any type of chemical service. You guys already saw at the beginning, mix Olaplex 1 and all of that stuff in there. If you want to know more about Olaplex, check the playlist in the description box below because I have a whole playlist on Olaplex. But again, as you're sitting here and you're watching this, you can see she has beautiful, healthy hair. The shine and the sheen that you're seeing in her hair is not coming from an oil. Again, the only thing in her hair is leave-in conditioner and the heat protectant that I am spraying as I flat iron her hair. Nothing else. So when you see someone's hair that looks like this, it doesn't look shiny because of oil. It's not shiny because of serum. This is how the human hair shaft looks naturally when it's light and when it's not clogged and layered with product. This is how it looks naturally. But see, the problem is once you're done with your Team Natural practices, once you're done layering products, the first time that you go get your hair done and it feels weird to you, it feels different to you, you're like, oh my God, my hair feels dry. No, your hair doesn't feel dry. Now you're just feeling what your hair actually feels like with all of those holes and layers filled in. But it's really, really pivotal and it's really important that you really learn and you really know the way that your hair truly feels without all of these layers of product. When I'm making videos and I'm saying what to do and what not to do, it's not because I think you're stupid and I think I'm smarter than you. No, it's not that. It's because I've been doing hair my whole adult life. And not only have I been doing hair my whole adult life, I've been studying the human body, mainly focused on the human hair shaft and the human scalp and all of the things within the body connected to those things. It took me into different avenues like herbalism and different areas of research, science. But listen, like, I love you guys, and most of the things that I do, I'm not gonna lie, it's the knowledge for myself. But when I'm making these videos, I'm making them because I'm trying to share with you guys what I gave to my clients for well over a decade, right? The women who came and sat in my chair on a regular basis, all of their hair looked like this. I gained a reputation in Vegas for being somebody who can do the heck out of some natural hair, regardless of the texture. When I say natural, I mean hair coming directly out of your scalp. Before Team Natural came in, I was a licensed cosmetologist and my specialty was natural hair, meaning the hair coming directly out of your scalp. Whether we were doing relaxers, whether we were doing color, whether I was blow drying and flat ironing your natural hair without a relaxer, it didn't matter, right? Because it has always been about the science of hair. And again, I know you caught that shine. I know you caught that shizzle, right? Okay. There's no oil on her hair. Do y'all hear me? If I was to put oil on her hair would instantly turn into a stringy mess, right? Now, what you are seeing me do is put a literal dime size amount of serum on her hair. Why am I doing that? It's because I'm locking her hair in this pot. I am going to put her under a hooded dryer with cold air to close her cuticle down, and serum have a small molecular molecular way. A serum and an oil are two completely different things. The serum is going to go into the cortex and help me seal her cuticle until the next time she shampoos her hair, which is something that helps us to reduce frizz. We don't worry about frizz. Check the link in the description box below because I explain frizz to you scientifically. Frizz is when you have an imbalance of positive and negative electrons on the hair shaft, and the hair is like kind of fighting each other. So when you put a serum on it, it neutralizes the positive and negative electrons. You do not have to believe me. Google it on your own and you'll see what I just said word for word verbatim. All right. So she loved her middle parts. You already know, to get the perfect middle part, all you have to do is line it up, through the middle of your nose. And then boom, shickle boom. All right. We are done. That is it. And that is all. And this is something that we did every 10 weeks. I saw them every 10 weeks when it was time for them to get a trim. They did not miss it. And if they missed it, it was because it was probably Christmas time. People got kids. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, they didn't miss a day. And this is why their hair looked like this. This is why it was so easy for them to retain length, right? And they've always been that way. It's not because of me. Their mother always had a good routine and a good pattern for them. Their mother never saturated their hair in products and oils and butters and greases and kept their hair wet overnight. It was never a thing. So they just kept on with the thing that their mother did when they were younger, and here they go. Beautiful, long, thick, and healthy hair. It's really simplistic. And like I said multiple times, they don't need to grease their scalp to have beautiful, shiny hair. There is no oil present in her hair whatsoever. All of the shine that you see is her natural sebum and leave-in conditioner. And leave-in conditioner barely gives shine, you guys. It is from just what her hair does naturally. The human hair shaft is set up to do that naturally. Like I said, in the sunlight, it's like more of a purple hue. It's an older video. It's not picking up that good, but you get the point. Let me know what you think about her hair. What do you think about Kendra's hair on a scale from 1 to 10? Let me know in the comments below. But yes. So my next beauty that you are going to see, right? Her hair looks a lot like hers, and you just saw her sister. There's Raven, Kendra and Raven. If you guys want to see what I did to Raven's hair, let me know, boo, because I'll put her video up next. And I won't even say anything on that one because I won't have anything to say. Her hair is healthy and she listens, and we didn't have any problems. I don't have any drastic cut to show you because I never really had to trim anything on their hair ever. They always were able to retain length because they never played in their hair. They never left it wet. It was easy. The way that they came in was how their hair was. So this beauty here, oh, this is my boo. I did her hair for years when she was little. It's crazy because she's a grown woman now, like crazy. But I have the whole video in the description box below. And this is when I was really upset because her dad, it wasn't his fault. I explained the situation in the video, but some chick had did her hair, cut her hair wet, and this is how her hair looked. And her mom was laughing at me because I was literally like, I had tears in my eyes. I was literally about to cry because look at how uneven my baby's hair was. I'm feeling away like looking at it now. So I don't want to talk about it. Go watch the video, link in the description box. But look at her hair. I did not tell her to do this. Women who have long, beautiful hair, they are not putting products and oils and butters in their hair all day. They're not walking around with wet hair. They're not twisting and going. They do not have time. All this hair on their head, girl, they're washing it, shampooing it, conditioning it, putting leave-in conditioner in, blow drying it. Her mom put her hair in 2 French braids straight to the back, rewind it so you can see it. Her ends were not full of oil and grease and coconut oil and pina coladas and rice nipple juice. None of that. Okay, there was just a hair tie a couple of inches up from the ends. That's it, and that's all. Look at her hair right now. It is not chocked full of oil, but guess what else it is? Really easy for me to comb. I'm not putting oils, I'm not putting water in her hair to comb through it. Because of the way that her mother preps her hair, it's always a breeze for me to comb through it. I'm not detangling her hair. I'm just making sure that I comb through it, because the last thing you want to do is shampoo some thick long hair without detangling it properly, right? So this is how my boo's hair looks whenever it was shampooed. I gave her really, really good detox, really good shampoo. Her mama was my boo, and her mom sitting right there whole time, right? So now at this point, remember I detangled. You already saw me do that. So her hair is not tangled in any way, shape, or form. Now I'm spraying leave-in conditioner in. Same way I always do. You guys are not going to see a thick white cast. You're not going to see a crap load of products sitting on her hair. No, because products are not the thing that helps me do my job. Products are something that makes it easier for me to do my job, but it is not like, oh, without these products I can't do a silk press. Absolutely not. It's something that makes it so that I can do my job safely, right? I can do a silk press with or without the leave-in conditioner, but I can't have the lack of heat damage without the leave-in conditioner. So it's a tool that helps me do my job safely, but my skill level is the reason that I'm able to do what I do. I really hope that that makes sense, right? So again, I am around brushing everybody's hair the same exact way. Make sure you check the playlist in the description box below, so you can just literally go and binge watch these videos that I'm reposting, because you will see that, oh my God, no matter what the length, no matter what the texture is, she is literally round brushing everybody's hair exactly the same. I don't care what anybody says, for A, B, C, W, X, Y, Z, none of that matters. It has always been the laughing stock of the majority of cosmetologists that didn't fold in the midst of the whole Team Natural community. It's never been a thing. Your curl type 4B, 4C, it literally has no bearing on anything that I do in the hair salon. You being 4A, 4B, 4C is not going to determine what comb I use. It's not going to determine what brush, what product, nothing. The only thing that I'm thinking about is your porosity, your sebum level, if whether or not you have a really, really active sweat gland or a really mildly active sweat gland, things of that nature. But the way your hair looks when it's wet means nothing to me. It really doesn't. All right. So, and I'm not saying it means nothing. Like, I don't care that it's cute. I'm saying it has no bearing. Like, you saying I'm 4B, 4C is like saying I'm light skinned. It's like, okay, if you go in to see your dermatologist and they like, okay, what's going on with your skin? If you say, well, I'm light skinned, that's the same thing as you saying, well, I'm 4B. It's like, okay, what are you telling me that for? What is that supposed to do? So that's what I want you guys to think about. Like, get into focusing on the science of the hair shaft, like focusing on the science of the human body, as in, like, what is my porosity, right? What is my sebum level? Knowing what shampoos and conditioners you can use, knowing your porosity to know if whether or not you can do protein treatments or not. That's coming next. My next talking head video is going to be about why you should stop using protein treatments, and if everybody should stop using protein treatments. Should everyone, or just a certain select group? I don't know, and neither do you until you watch the video. So make sure your post notifications are on. But at this point, the only thing that is in Kiara's hair is leave-in conditioner. You saw it with your own eyes, nothing else. And now I am spraying a little bit of heat protectant on her hair. You just saw it. I'm spraying the heat protectant on her hair as I flat iron, and that is it. And then a serum right at the end before I wrap, just like I did Kendra's hair. exactly the same. So all it is, oh, I'm for A, I'm for B, so I need this product. I'm for W, so I need this product. Nope, it's not true. Peep game. I also have a woman, I'm sorry, right across the hall, a woman who worked right across the hall from me, and we used to wash each other's hair, right? She was not black, but she could round brush the hell out of some hair, right? But not my hair, because at this point my hair is short. But she was real good at molding hair, right? And when I needed a haircut, she was really good at a taper in the back. So she would do mine, and she would like cut my hair and stuff for me and line me up whenever I couldn't do it or didn't feel like trying to do it myself. And then I would round brush her hair. It's not complicated. It's literally the same thing. The only difference is the amount of products that I use and the type of products that I use. But the same exact can relieve in conditioner, swear to God, can use the same on her hair, just don't use as much. And round brush in the same exact way. Hair is hair. I don't care what anybody says, and anybody who tries to make a big deal and draw this big line in the sand of separation between black women and other women, like, oh, you can only do your hair like this if you're black, and if you're black, you have to wear your hair like this, and if you're a black woman, you can't touch a blow dryer. If you're a black woman, you can't comb and brush your hair. Is ignorant and is mental brainwash, because they're telling you you can't use combs and brushes, but you can go spend 10% of your check every couple of weeks on hair products that are going to just sit under your sink. The majority of women listening to the sound of my voice have half of the beauty supply store in their sink, and they're never going to use it. People are like, oh, I want to donate it. Don't do that. Why would you donate the products that you're not even using to somebody else so they can have them little bull crap products sitting up in their washer and dry? No, keep them right under your washer and dry and look at them and let them be a reminder for you to keep your ass at home, or for you to get a little mini sample size. Stop going into the store and buying everything just because Shalissa on YouTube told you to. So now, again, I'm just going through, straightening her hair, super simplistic, right? It's not complicated. I want y'all to stop stressing out so much about your hair and thinking that you have to do all of these steps. There's no way that doing hair takes all of these steps, because if there was, there would be no way that I would be able to do 13 people in a day if doing one head of hair took 8 or 9 hours. Make it make sense, my baby. Like, for real, make it make sense. Oh, I forgot, around this time she was into having bangs. So if I'm not mistaken, she had bangs, and I had been doing her hair for so long that every time she wanted to cut it, it stressed me out. But at this point, she had already cut the bangs, so I don't have to get re-stressed watching it, right? But in the comments below, let me know if whether or not you've learned anything thus far, right? Because I know that sometimes it can be really complicated, or it can be a little bit intimidating to watch certain videos, because you'll look at somebody's hair and most black women will say, oh, well, my hair can never get long like that. Is not true. Everybody's hair is growing, but everybody's practices don't allow them to retain length. A lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but let me tell you something. If you grab a brush and you're grabbing globs and globs of hair out of your brush, my baby, where do you think that hair is coming from? That hair is coming from your head. So if you're combing out globs of hair in your brush every time you comb your hair, and then you're trying to figure out why you're not retaining length, the hair in the brush is the hair that's supposed to be on your head. So imagine if you change the practices that you've had that have gotten your hair to the place that it is, right? If you stop and reverse all of the practices that caused you to have all of that hair in the brush, and you do something else that reduces the shedding, then maybe you'll actually see the length. But if every time you get in your head with a comb or a brush, you grabbing handfuls of hair out of your head, That is the reason you're not retaining length. Regardless of what people want to say, hair is a fiber. And please show me a fiber that is meant to be wet the majority of the time. Please show me a fiber that is at maximum strength being wet the majority of the time. Make it make sense. Please show me a fiber that is extremely strong being wet every day. And even if you're only washing your hair every so often, if you put a product that has water in it in your hair every day, you're wetting your hair every day. If it has water in it, it breaks the hydrogen bond. It's just how it goes. So I really want y'all to make it make sense, because it can't, brushes and combs can't be damaging and making all of your hair fall out and having her hair looking like this at the same time. Like, which one is it? Even my client that you guys just saw, Raven and her sister, if combs and brushes are damaging and they make all of your hair fall out, please explain to me why this beauty here, whose mother combs her hair twice a day, why is all of her hair on her head if combs and brushes are damaging? I need you to make it make sense. If you don't know how to use a comb or a brush properly without breakage, my baby, just say that. Just say that. And then a professional cosmetologist or somebody who knows what they're doing will show you how to use it properly. But just because the majority doesn't do something doesn't mean that the minority is wrong, because most of the time the direction that the minority is going in is where you need to be going. Because the majority is going to go in the direction of where the majority of people are, where they can find different people to link to, where people can make them feel good about stuff, where they're linking up. That's where things are going to be. And right now they're linking up to where the money is. And right now the money is in hair products, down to people who use hair products. Listen, with the Rivera blow dryer, if y'all think that the Rivera blow dryer was popular, gained popularity because it is a good product, you guys are naive. The reason that it gained popularity is because the people who had the affiliate codes for it, if you pay $500 for the blow dryer, they got about 15 to 25% of that $500 to $600, depending on the program that they were in. So if y'all think that all of these black girls been making all of these Pinterest posts and all of these Instagram videos, all of these Instagram reels and shorts and YouTube videos, if you think that they've been doing it just because the Rivera Air is a great product, you are naive, because that is not true. They're doing it because there's money in it. And am I hating on their hustle? No, but just know what it is. It's not because it's a great product. It's not. I'm sorry. One day it's going to be like, attention Rivera users. So anyway, now we are approaching the end of her silk press. I didn't speed anything up for you guys just because I just wanted you to see exactly how the process goes, right? As you can see, at any time you can zoom in, there's not a bunch of hair in my comb. There's not a bunch of hair on the floor. Her hair is not breaking off or sizzling away. We need to get a grip, y'all. We got to get a grip. It's one thing to say it without the proof, but it's another thing to say it with the proof. Like, explain to me how, if it breaks hair off, why her hair isn't breaking, and how she's been able to retain all of this length so long, brushing her hair twice a day. Make it make sense. All right. So make sure that you read everything in the description box below, because I've given quite a few different resources for you guys. There are quite a few different playlists in the description box below, because there are so many questions people ask, like, what can I do for moisture? I have a whole playlist about moisture. What are the best herbs in your apothecary? I have a whole playlist about about the different products that I have within the apothecary. Another question I get is, what do you think about Olaplex? Whole playlist for Olaplex. What is HS? Whole playlist for HS. So make sure that you guys go and check out my playlist, because when you do, you get to see a really, really, really good representation of the different types of content that I make, because I do a lot of videos. I'm trying to, get back in there, giving you at least one a day, but as I'm making these videos, if it's your first time seeing me on one video, it's really easy for you to, kind of come to a conclusion about me and what I stand for. Don't do that. Don't make up stuff in your head, baby. That's what the playlist is for. The playlist is here so that way you can really see what I'm doing. You can see what I have to offer. So what you just saw me do was run my fingers through her hair with serum on it. Same exact thing I did with Kendra, right? Put the serum on to make sure that her cuticle is laid flat, and then we are going to set her under a dryer on cold air to seal the cuticle, so that way her hair stays straight as long as possible. We are sealing it in with a humidity blocker, depending on what serum you use. Most serums, if you read it, most serums are natural humidity blockers, right? They're a polymer, and check the link in the description box below, because I did a full lecture, it's like over an hour long, on polymers and breaking them down so you can understand how hair products are really used, right? So as you can see, y'all, I'm doing her hair the same exact way that I did Kendra's hair, down to her holding her hair for me to get the bag. Okay, I was talking to her mom. I think that's why I wasn't prepared. So again, wrapping her hair, making sure I take as much of the air out, because again, we are just setting everything. We are setting her cuticle in a flat direction. Notice that I said the word set, not seal. I do not want her cuticle sealed to the point where it can't open to receive moisture from the environment when it wants to. I do not want her cuticle sealed so it can't release toxins and different things like that when it needs to. I don't want her cuticle sealed, preventing it from getting oxygen from the environment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, having a sealed cuticle is not a good thing. Having layers on top of your hair is not a good thing. I'm going to tell you something. If she had any type of oil on her hair, it would be a stringy mess. It would weigh her hair down so much. I could barely put a serum on her hair. The key to having beautiful flowy hair is to have flowing, weightless hair. And if you layer products on your hair, there is no way that it can be weightless. All right, her mother did her hair and was able to retain length by simply shampooing Kiara's hair on a regular basis, blow drying it on a regular basis, and putting it in those braids that you saw. And when Kiara wanted to wear her hair out, her mom would undo the braids, and guess what? She braided them right back up right before she went to bed, and she combed her hair on a regular basis. To say that combs and brushes are going to cause your hair to fall out, or somehow in some way keep you from retaining length, is a lie from the pits. Do you hear me? It is a lie. A comb and a brush is the reason why Kiara and women whose hair looks like Kiara's hair is the reason why they are able to retain length. Understand that some of the people that you see on YouTube, just because somebody's hair is long does not mean that it is healthy, because curly hair swells when it is wet. And if you air dried your hair, then your hair is stuck right now in this swollen state. And hair swollen and stretched looks very, very different. Remember, like I always say, Everything works until it doesn't. I really hope that this video helped you guys out a little bit. I hope it answered some of your questions. Make sure that you guys are here for the next video that we have on protein treatments and why most people need to stop using them. All right, it's so important. Again, let me know what you think about her hair and Kendra's hair in the comments below. And lastly, in the comments, let me know, what do you want to see next? Do you want to see more healthy long hair? Do you want to see healthy medium length hair? Do you want to see healthy short hair? Or do you want to see some more damaged hair that need to be fixed up, baby? Let me know in the comments below, okay? Yeah, bye.